This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, educating the leaders of our community for over 20 years.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida. We're here, Johnny on the Spot, with my assistant producer, DJ cameraman, Dominique Rose, documenting this historic event as the statewide president for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference has come down to Southwest Florida. And we're sitting here right now with the chairman of the Southwest Florida Southern Christian Leadership Conference and the vice chairman of the statewide Southern Christian Leadership Conference, a longtime civil rights activist and good friend of Lee Pitts and Lee Pitts Live, Mr. Willie Battle. Willie Battle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us about this event that we experienced here tonight, a wonderful event. Why was it important for us to come together in a reception before we move on to the big event tomorrow?
Well, to get acquainted and let the state president get acquainted with them and see what direction we want to move. There's a new movement ever since Trayvon. We met in Orlando with Shocklin, Jesse Jackson, NACP president, can't think his name. We met with the Muslim.
That would have been Ben Jealous back then, Ben Jealous.
The Black Panthers, and we see that as necessary to get a new movement. And in this new movement, the president that is here tonight was chosen to lead the movement. The state of Florida is the most aggressive branch in the world, SCLC. And so we brought him down here so he invited him. We invite all the ministers, businesses, organizations to come together, because if they can't see what's happening, they're blind. Anytime you see a body lay out in the street for 4 hours, that's demonstrating, telling you next. So if we don't get together and stop talking and get with this movement, it's going to be a sad day for our young people.
Why is it that it seems like you've been in the civil rights movement for at least 40 years? Why is it that you still haven't taken time out to just stop? It's just so much work that needs to be done, you'll never stop, right?
Well, it's important. I did stop in 97, and I came back and tried to let some other people take the leading road in the community to move it forward, but that didn't happen. So I had to come back to give it another shot in organizing. I've always been a good organizer in leadership, and what I did, Mr. Ford, I got him to teach him what I know, that he can carry it on. In other words, pass him the torch.
Okay. Now, when we look at the local Southern Christian Leadership Conference 4 years from now, 5 years from now, what is your hope that it would look like? What would it be? What would be happening?
Well, 4 years from now, the community will be together. I have no doubt about that. And our young boys, they're not bad boys, but I find out through my life that they just need love. That's all. Nobody tell them they love them. And they have bad experience at home, and they get where they just don't care. All they want somebody to say, I love you.
Now, I'm going to do this for the first time ever on television. I know you tell me all the time what your thoughts are on Lee Pitts Live and what it means to the community, but I'm going to get it from your mouth right here on television. Let's talk Lee Pitts Live. What's your thoughts over the years? Me and you've been together, done a lot of interviews. What does the public need to know about Lee Pitts Live or me in general?
Well, Lee Pitts is one of the great television show of all time. For the last 30 years, I believe, that he kept the community aware of what's happening. We don't have no communication. One for him, we would be lost.
You heard it right here from one of the great civil rights activists. That means a lot to me. I know you guys have never asked me to have somebody to say something about my television show. I just go about the business. But Willie Ballard and I go back a long ways. We've been friends for a long time. He's one of the first gentlemen that befriended me when I moved to the Southwest Florida community. He always made me feel a part of the community, because when you're black, no matter what community you come from, you're black, and you need to get together. Is that right, Willie?
Yes, and also you didn't mention that I gave you a credit when you came here that you can come in Dunbar with the key. And
That's right.
And you did. You helped young people swim. That's something that they took away from us. Mm-hmm. And you had, and then from that point, you went national with it. You were the best ever did it. We're thankful for you.
All right. Yeah, right. He gave me street cred. When I first came to the community, of course, I was a vice president of the bank. And I met Willie at a soul food restaurant. I think it was called Margaret's back then. He came over, he befriended me. We became real cool. I was a little, simply a street, a suit and tie guy at the bank, corporate dude. But once Willie Ballard said I was okay, then I was okay, and I could move around in the community, and nobody would ever accuse me of selling out. So I really appreciate you giving me that street cred, Willie.
Thank you.
You learn something every day on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Community Opportunity Police and Service. Come join the team. Together, we can make a difference.
Affectionately known as the Q, Quality Life Center has been instilling pride in families and the community for nearly 20 years. At Quality Life Center, we're in the kid business. The after-school program provides homework assistance, mentoring, and creative outlets like karate, music, and drama. The seasonal camps are fun-filled adventures in sailing, archery, and learning the green life. Call us or visit our website to learn more about other youth and social service programs. At the Q, we're helping children and families in the community to learn, grow, and succeed.
Students at Dunbar High's STEM and College Preparatory Academy are unlocking their future. Programs offered are designed for exploration in new technologies like robotics, 3D animation, game design, forensic and biomedical sciences, and engineering. Dunbar High School has been an A high school for 2 consecutive years and is the only Microsoft certified high school in the world. Take the first steps in securing your child's future and contact us today and see for yourself what Dunbar High School has to offer.
Southwest Florida has spoken. Shell's Special Touch Catering is one of the best. So for all your professional catering needs, call Chef Michelle's for a quote at 239-336-4653. That's 239-336-4653.
This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Bruno and Prado for marital and family law, personal injury, workers' compensation, or Social Security disability. Call us or visit our website. And by the Children's Network of Southwest Florida, building strong links for children in need. And by Hope PACE, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, providing coordinated medical and dental care.
Southwest Florida, you are looking live at the Southern Christian Leadership Conference's reception here tonight, and tomorrow will be a big event. Lee Pitts Live will be live there on the spot, and we're so thrilled to have here the real Lee Pitts right here. And I'm the fake Lee Pitts. And, of course, this is Lee Ford. He's the president of the Florida chapter, the Southwest Florida chapter of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Lee Ford, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
What is the Southwest Florida Southern Leadership Conference, the SCLC? What is it?
Well, it's the organization that was organized and founded by Dr. King and his team when they was doing the marching for civil rights back in the 50s. And it's an organization of pastors mostly. And during that time, it was hard for working men and women to take positions of leadership because they had to deal with them bosses. Well, these pastors decided that they needed to organize because they are dependent on their care from the people of the community. So they were free to stand and march and protest as leaders. And that's where the Southern Christian Leadership Conference was formalized by these gentlemen.
Southern Christian Leadership Conference accomplished a whole lot in the progress of people in America, particularly African American people in America, and it's formed and based in the church. That's what distinguishes it from other civil rights organizations. Talk about that.
Yes, that's why it's called the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Most of your leaders in the conference is pastors and ministers of the gospel. And the foundation is that. I mean, we preach, we lead from that foundation, everything we do.
Now, you got a chance to bring the president of the state of Florida down here. I got a chance to talk to him recently. He was an impressive gentleman. What does that do for the chapter here when we have the president from the state to come down on his statewide tour to stop off here?
Well, it's good because it brings the focus of the state chapter to our community. Now, what also is good, I'm the state vice president. So you got a double whammy with also Mr. Ballard being the state vice chairman of the SCLC. So you have a very strong nucleus of resources and the ability to call to order or whenever we have an issue, which is very important. When we call, they shall come.
Now, you're a grassroots guy. You've been around for a long time. What has been the response so far from the clergy here in Southwest Florida to the Southern Christian Leadership Conference movement?
It's been very good. I have been meeting with pastors one-on-one. I've also have gotten commitments from about 12 to go to their churches on Sunday and speak to their congregations about the SCLC and moving forward in our community and how we can come together and deal with the issues of our community. It's beautiful. And I have a lot more to go. I'll be going around meeting with other ministers the same way to have that one-on-one dialogue with them on where they stand, what they feel concerning the SCLC, how the SCLC can impact and improve and enhance their community and congregation. That's exactly what we're trying to get done here, and we already started that process.
Now, when you look at the Southern, well, first of all, how does one become a member of the SCLC? Do you have to be a preacher? Can you just be like an individual who wants to join? Make an appeal to the public and tell them how they can get involved.
Anyone that desires to engage with the SCLC can do it simply by filling out a one-page application and $25 fee. We have a senior rate, I believe it's like $15 that you can do if you're a senior. It's very easy. You don't have to be a minister to get involved. You don't have to be a minister to even now to even be on the board or whatever. Just a desire to get engaged and involved with coming up with solutions and problem-solving solutions for our community.
Also, I want everybody to know that music you hear in the back is being put on by Just Us, local jazz band. You also saw them at the Mia Copa. We had them on the stage there as well. The final point, Brother Lee Ford, this is Lee Pitt, Lee Ford. Mr. Mayor, don't go yet. I'm trying to get the mayor before he leaves. Stay right there. It's live. What do we have scheduled for tomorrow? Tell us what's going to happen.
Tomorrow is the actual celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Movement and the Civil Rights Act, the law being signed. We're going to have a tremendous program for you. We have singing speeches by the state president and local representatives, and we want you to come bring the children. It is important and imperative that our young people understand our history. We need to engage them. They have no clue today. And this is why we're doing this, and we really want you to come out and enjoy yourself, get the taste of your history so you know what to do moving forward.
Give us a phone number or website or something where people can get in touch with you.
They can call the SCLC at 239-634-4690. Now, that's me personally, 239-634-4690.
You guys might think that I've interviewed Lee Ford a lot over the years. I only interviewed him one other time back in the early 90s. This is the interview I've been trying to get for 100 years. I had to bring my TV show to him He's big time, folk. Support the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Leap Is Live will always be supporting the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. When this guy calls me up, I move. We'll be right back with the Mayor of Fort Myers, Randy Henderson. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Tom Scott, Director of the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. Come on in, let me show you around.
The City of Fort Myers has supported new and early-stage businesses by providing a location and technical assistance to new business owners. Tenants also have access to free business consulting, professional receptionist office, free Wi-Fi, 2 conference rooms, a large training room, copier, and fax. Many new businesses now operating successfully have had their start at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center.
We chose the Enterprise Center because of its proximity in the community.
Positive feedback from the staff. Mr. Tom Scott was always there for us.
No importa de qué país usted venga, en Southwest Florida Enterprise hay un espacio para usted.
I love being at the center here because it gives me the opportunity to meet different type of businesses.
If you have a business idea you would like to pursue, call Tom Scott at 239-321-7085 and come join us.
A smile on the face of a child can say a lot, like I'm safe, I'm happy, or I'm loved. Yet there are hundreds of children in our community with little to smile about. Their homes may have been disrupted by drugs, violence, abuse, or neglect. Won't you please welcome a child into your home as a foster or adoptive parent? A little change in your life can mean a big change in the child's life and put a smile back on their face. Become a foster or adoptive parent. Call the Children's Network of Southwest Florida toll-free at 1-855-933-KIDS.
I'm tired of going nowhere.
I put off college, and now it seems like a million miles away.
I need to make a better future for me and my family.
At Hodges University, you're closer to earning a college degree than you might think. Classes on campus don't always fit every lifestyle, so Hodges offers a variety of flexible degree programs on campus and online. Call today and let an admissions consultant help you get on the fast track to a successful future. On campus, Fort Myers and Naples, online wherever life takes you.
My Hodges University. My education, my way.
In Southwest Florida, a baby is born every 9.5 minutes. False. In Lee County, a family gets a new puppy every 9.5 minutes. False. In America, a person is infected with HIV every 9.5 minutes. Unfortunately, true. Learn the truth about HIV. Be positive you're negative. Get tested. If you are positive, get treated. For more information about testing and treatment, contact the McGregor Clinic in Fort Myers, 334-9555.
The award-winning Leap It's Live is brought to you by Tonya Lowe, a State Farm insurance agent. Honesty, respect, professionalism, and courtesy are always provided. Please like her on Facebook. And by the School District of Lee County, where their goal is to be a world-class school system.
Congratulations to Lee Pitts Live, recipient of the NAA.
You're looking live, Southwest Florida, at a spectacle that is the Southern Christian Leadership Conference event that's taking place here at Dunbar High School, celebrating 50 years of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And Leap Is Live is Johnny on the spot. We got a longtime civil rights activist sitting right here to my left, Dr. Claire. So without further ado, let's get a chance to catch up with the civil rights activist, Dr. Darrell Claire. Welcome to Leap Is Live.
Thank you for having me here, Lee.
Dr. Claire, why do you feel it's important for you to come out to an event such as this, and what do you think about the turnout so far?
Well, there's two things that I'm very interested in. Is the young people, and they're being educated, seeing activity amongst the older group, the people who are leaders in the community, and that combination projects us into the future.
Tell our television audience what is taking place right here this morning at Dunbar High School.
This morning we're looking at people coming in, large numbers of folks lined up outside trying to enter the building, become involved in this event, and also looking forward to an exciting learning, organizing, economic, destiny-type making organization. This is a fantastic event.
Dr. Claire, when you think about the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and what it has meant to the progress of minorities and disadvantaged people here in America, what comes to mind? Share some insight with our audience.
Well, you know, growing up, we heard of the Southern Leadership Conference, and definitely a correlation between Martin Luther King and his efforts and his lifelong efforts to ensure justice for all of us. Right now, it certainly looks like the Southern Leadership Conference is making some kind of a change and developing into a modern organization to fit the needs of this community. So this is, again, an exciting event.
Tell us about what you have going on in the community and how the mission of the Southern Leadership Conference fits into what you're trying to do to uplift particularly the youth.
Well, I'm working with my organization, Community Connection Services, and as a result, we're trying to build a collaboration. This is an excellent opportunity to do that. All the organizations, the pastoral groups, business groups, everybody's here. This is an excellent opportunity to network, talk about strategies, talk about methods of getting the job done, justice.
50 years Southern Christian Leadership Conference. When you hear 50 years, is that a major milestone? And what is happening now at the 50-year mark in terms of civil rights that you would like to bring to the forefront?
Well, 50 years ago there was a march, the March on Washington. Martin Luther King was clear that marches are wonderful, but they don't get the job done. Organizing, political involvement, voting, economic stability, developing your community, those are the things that get things done, and that's what's going to be brought up today.
Southern Christian Leadership Conference is largely, the base of it is the clergy, religious groups. How important are religious groups now in the 21st century, particularly as it relates to black people and minorities, and moving things forward?
Well, the religious groups, the faith-based groups here in Lee County specifically, are a major, major organizational capability within our community. Very few things get done if it doesn't pass through the pastors. So the pastors play a very, very important political role in this community. If we can get the pastors working together, we got the community working together. Let's get that done.
Dr. Claire, we really appreciate you coming here as our first guest right here in the auditorium and joining us right here on Lee Pitts Live. Keep up the good work and tell people how they can get in touch with you for anything you have going on, website, phone number, whatever.
Feel free to go onto the website, Community Connection Services. I'm available. You can call me at Florida Gulf Coast University. I'm an adjunct professor. You can call me at the City of Cape Coral, or you can stop me on the street. If you happen to see me, we can have a discussion anytime, any place.
As Dr. Derek Claire, always Johnny on the spot, involved in the community. He always brings his children out. He is a diamond in our community. So we're delighted to have Dr. Claire right here on Lee Pitts Live. We're going to have you to take a look again as we pan over and see the people filing in. Lee Pitts Live is going to continue to bring you information that's going on here. And when we come back, we'll be here with another guest pushing the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Is on the move right here in Southwest Florida. We'll be right back. Southwest Florida, we're here at the Southern Christian Leadership Conference statewide reception here that's taking place in Fort Myers. Yes, and the president of the state of Florida's Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Mr. Gundy, R.L. Gundy, is right here. This gentleman right here. They're going to have a fantastic event here tonight. We'll get a little jazz, and tomorrow we'll go over to Dunbar High School and partake in a great program. So without further ado, welcome to Southwest Florida, particularly Fort Myers, Mr. Gundy.
Brother Pitts, I thank you. Appreciate you inviting us here and welcoming me here. I really look forward to being here and being here tomorrow as well.
We'll let everybody out there know, because I joke all the time about fraternity stuff. Of course, you guys know I'm a Phi Beta Sigma. This is another newt invading my show. Now you're lighting it up.
I'm all right.
Yeah, get me back.
I appreciate that. The honor is the fact that we all in this together. And, you just choose the wrong side, but I'm not going to get on you about that right now.
Hook you up, man. Tell us about, first of all, tell the TV audience what we're experiencing right here tonight.
Tonight, we're just having a reception. I'm really overwhelmed by it. I appreciate the mayor being here, the city councilmen being here. I appreciate meeting other people who are in the movement as well. There are a lot of things that we need to sit down and talk about. I'm hoping to come back to the community, spend 3 or 4 days in the community, sit down and talk to the people. I bring a towel and not a title. I'm not caught up on the title issue. I want to come wash people's feet, find out how we can help.
Refresh people's memories about this Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Dr. King, just what the primary mission of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference is, and where we are, where do we stand in the state in terms of things we're trying to get accomplished.
I want to say to the audience is this: tonight and tomorrow we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the passing of the Civil Rights Bill in 1964. That's very significant to you. You wouldn't have a job If it had not been for that bill, we would not be where we are, and many people would not be in the positions that they are if that bill had not been passed. The other problem that we have is that here in the state of Florida, we still have some issues, disparity issues. There are three main things that SCLC is focusing on. One of them is racism, two is poverty, three is economics, because you can't do anything without economics. And there's a lot of economic disparities, educational disparities, injustices in the court system, and that have not been addressed, that must be addressed in all the communities, because we seem to have the same problems in all of the counties across the state.
What's your thoughts about what's going on in Ferguson, Missouri? Overall thoughts, not so specific on the case, but just as it relates to black people not being registered to vote, not controlling a city that they dominate in terms of population.
The problem is that without voter education, without voter registration and voter empowerment, then you get what you get in Ferguson. That is very important across what we do. That's one of the things that we're pushing now here coming up in November 2015, 2016. They actually control the power structure in their own city, but they don't know that. So that has been part of the struggle that we've had. And our ancestors did not die for what I call KKK, the kin killing kin. We've got to stop that madness. And but on the other side, the flip side of the coin, SCLC is always a non-violent, peaceful, coexistent organization seeking reconciliation. But when you push people to the point that has been pushed across the board with the police brutality, when you have what we call the fox inspecting the hen house after you shoot someone and you don't have any hope, when you have no hope, you turn to what happened in Ferguson. So we want to avoid that all across the country. We want to avoid that in the state of Florida. But Florida is boiling over with some issues that have not been properly addressed. So we are going around the state. I'll be in Miami next week, be back up the coast. We're going to do something about this, but we've got to work together. We need the Black and the Brown Coalition. Hear this. We need the Black and the Brown Coalition, the faith community, and others to come together as one to try and make this happen. They're good and bad on both sides, but if we come together, we can make a difference. If we don't, we're going to keep on getting what we're getting.
What has been the response of the local churches here in Fort Myers to your program tomorrow and coming out in support?
I won't know until after I meet with some of the clergy tomorrow. There are clergy here tonight, which was very refreshing to me, which tell me if the clergy is present, they're here, but we need the Greek Orthodox Church. We need the Catholic Church. We need the Presbyterians. We need the Episcopalians. We need all faith entities to come and get involved. What people have failed to understand that SCLC is an interfaith organization, always have been, and has always been a 501c4 rather than a C3. And so there will be some things that we will speak out on a little bit later about that tomorrow. But what I see here tonight with the clergy is a promising to my heart. It moves in my heart that the faith community wants to get involved, because there comes a point in time where people get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Final question, make an appeal to the public and to the churches to become integral part of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Tell them why.
It is very important that the faith and the members of this community, regardless of your race, color, or creed, that you become part of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, because we will make a difference for you in your life. Not taking anything from the NAACP, join the NAACP, that does not bother us. But what we are saying is we come to the table now with a recommendation for change. We come to the table with seeking reconciliation and empowerment of people. And when you can't do that, we have to look at policy. We have to look at programs. We have to look at protests. So if we can't get you to bring about the positive changes, then we have to protest. But we ask you to give us a chance. We ask you to come and be part of what we're trying to do to bring about empowerment of our people in this country.
We want to thank you for coming out and joining us right here live on Lee Pitts Live.
I appreciate you, Brother Pitts. God bless you. And thank you. I really do appreciate this. I just appreciate if you was been a noob also.
All right, stay right there. This is Lee Pitts Live. Just got a chance to talk to the Southern Christian Leadership Conference's statewide president for the state of Florida right here in Fort Myers. We'll be right back on Fox 4. Stay with us.